Men of Reddit, what NSFW male lifestyle hack can you share? If you feel really cold, but your balls are hanging normally, congratulations, you probably have a fever. Use a grocery bag to collect hair while trimming your pubes. Put your legs through the handles, pull it up like underwear, stand wide-legged so the bag stays in place. But please close and lock the bathroom door so you don't give your so PTSD. Bro, if she's king you, she likes your. Even if it ain't huge. But those us with normal still want to impress. Here's what I've done to provide a wow factor with my average Levistic. Go in as deep as you can. Deep. Then slowly pull out until you're nearly exiting the labia. Wait a bit, then just go in a tiny bit. Then back out. Do this with ranging depths. She'll want that full feeling of where you had been. She'll try to back up onto you. Tease her, use your to stimulate her mentally. Then, when you're both pretty damn worked up, give it a firm thrust. Not violent, just purposeful. Bury it to the hilt and keep it deep for about 5 seconds. Your will feel huge and satisfying to her. If another guy ever borrows your razor, say, my bull razor, they won't borrow ever again. If you imagine your toilet bowl as a clock face and you concentrate your pee stream at about 11 o'clock or 1:30 thereabouts, you can create a pretty sweet whirlpool effect. Double fun if you try to cancel out or turbo boost the flush swirl. If you pull apart your butt cheeks and use the right pressure, you can do silent farts 100% of the time. With practice you'll be able to do it hands-free. If you're standing and about to climax, bend your knees. Thank me later. If your partner is into hair pulling during sex, don't just grab the ends of the hair and pull. Get your hands deep into their hair and pull from the base. Put one of your balls in between your thumb and fingers. Apply a very small amount of pressure. Gently roll your ball between your fingers. Repeat for the second testicle. Congratulations. You've just checked yourself for testicular cancer. If you felt any hard lumps or anything out of the ordinary, see your doctor. If you check yourself regularly, you can catch it early. Although you may be one nut short afterwards, it's a hell of a lot better than having the cancer spread. Edit. Regarding what you should feel for specifically, here is some more info. The aforementioned hard lumps tend to range from being between the size of a grain of rice and a pea. U/Moose256 had a good comment that said a lump feels like the tip of your nose. Connected to the top of the testicle is the epididymis, or the tubes that carry sperm. These are very tender to the touch and some people confuse them with cancer. Another red flag to check for is a swollen ball. For some people it is painful, and for others it is not. Regardless, if you are concerned, you should get yourself checked out. Doctors do this all the time, so there is no reason to be embarrassed. Also, do not feel embarrassed about bringing this up to your parents if you live with them. Your health is their #1 priority and they'll be grateful that you told them. In case this wasn't clear, don't forget to check your third ball as well. Edit 2. Be gentle. Please don't pinch your balls with the force of a vice grip. As u/Hoodinninja86 said, don't squeeze any harder than you would if you were holding a baby bird. I know it seems obvious, but it's easy to get carried away and bite off more than you can chew. Do Kegel exercises. I recommend while brushing your teeth or any other twice daily task. Hold 3 to 5 seconds, release for 3 to 5 seconds. 10 sets a couple times a day, aids stamina, orgasm control, even getting that last bit of pee out too. I assume good for prostate health as well, but I can't speak for sure on that. Can also make ejaculations more like dropping Mentos in Coke, rather than water leaking from a busted garden hose, so consider investing in protective eyewear. Buy body groomer clippers if you want to manscape. It's much easier, and a razor will just cause irritation, ingrown hairs, and chafing. Edit. There are groomers made specifically for buzzing around sensitive parts, and with a plastic guard you should be fine. That being said, always have to take care when trimming hair on the balls and shaft, pulling the skin tight and whatnot. Not so much of a life hack, but more of a diagnostic. Your body will almost always perform based on your lifestyle. Sex is a reflection of what you eat, how much you sleep, how stressed you are, and how much you want to do it. Almost all guys have felt that feeling when you wanna be full mass, but you're only getting 75%. What I'm saying, if you wanna get your sex life in prime condition, you gotta work on all the other parts of your life. If you have an unwanted boner at a bad time, flex your thigh muscles as hard as you can. Blood will go to your thighs instead. Not sure about the scientific explanations, but it works. Edit. You guys have a lot of tactics for dealing with boners. Wish I'd have thought of those during puberty. If you are shaving your pubes and need to shave hair on your shaft, get an erection first. It makes it much easier to shave. Also, coconut oil is a nice moisturizer for the dung. I saw a meme about pouring Gatorade on her after sex and saying good game. Do not do this. I've tried it. She just gets mad and ignores the obvious genius of humor that you are. Close your tabs immediately after finishing your research. Edit. Thanks for my first silver. It's inspiring to see so many others who indulge in the pursuit of knowledge. Use the flat of your tongue when eating her out. Don't do that tongue flicking thing unless you are being playful or mixing it up. Actually put pressure on her clit with the flat of your tongue. Not too much. You'll know right away how much is good enough, as you should feel it press against her pelvic bone just slightly. You're not licking so much as scrubbing. IDK, that's the best word I can think of for it. Pro tip, if your tongue is getting tired, do the pouty face thing and use your bottom lip. You should always be going long enough for your tongue to get tired. Don't be selfish, you pricks. With the grain on the face against the grain on the balls. Do them the day after the other, because the razor will forget everything by then. Wash out a soap dispenser very well and refill it with water-based lube. Remove all the labels so you don't mix it up. During sex, it's easy to get more whenever you need it, and you should use it anytime you feel a lot of friction. Also, switch to polyurethane condoms. They work just as well, but hardly anyone is allergic to them. Put a pillow beneath a girl's lower back to angle her up slightly during sex. Have her pull her knees to her chest, or better yet, do it yourself. This angle makes it easier to hit her G-spot and also lets you go as deep as possible without anything in the way. Bonus is that it straightens the rectum, so it really helps if anal is your thing. It's literally the only way my fiance ever wants it. Same reason that squatting when you poop prevents hemorrhoids. Wipe your butt crack with baby wipes before you get intimate. Well, while you're at it, do your balls also. Or take a damn shower, but baby wipes is quick and effective and can make the "hey babe, can you help me with this erection I have?" a more pleasant experience for both of you, and in that moment she thinks you're being spontaneous and for you, well, you don't smell like bum rag. No more than an hour before sexy time. If you're planning it that way, get in the shower and soap up. Get good and squeaky. Take the rag and scrub up and down inside your ass crack until there's nothing left. Next, take some body wash and take a second pass with your hand this time. You need the dexterity in your fingers and balls under to the taint area, then finally going behind and right up the crack, taking care to hit every crevice along the way. Just be careful you don't stick a finger too far up, unless that's your thing. Rinse and repeat as necessary. When you're out of the shower, do a final wash of your hands with proper antibacterial hand soap to compensate for the fact that you've just had your bare hand halfway up your own ass. It's clean now, but let's not push our luck. It's grossly detailed in its execution, but if you do it right, it addresses a problem that most guys don't like to think about. We stink, often in ways only your partner will notice. And if you want good quality sexy time with no hang-ups, the first step is to eliminate that as much as possible. For myself, I've been doing it for years and it's foolproof. Even had a girl or two venture up there with her tongue. Not a lifestyle hack, but it's an NSFW thing most guys probably don't know. If you are limber and thin, have strong abdominal muscles and a sense of adventure, you can make your hole open up and in a bunch of air. Lie on your back with your legs over your head, toes touching floor near your head. Relax your rectum and tighten your core in a way that sort of forces your ass open by a vacuum created by abdomen. You can then push and pull and essentially suck and blow with your hole. It sounds gross, but it's really interesting and funny. I discovered this while in gymnastics around age 12. Our group was being led through stretches before practice, and the dude demonstrating, older guy, 20s I guess, made us lie this way to stretch. He got up to walk around and instruct people on form, then got back into position while we held the pose. After he put his legs over his head and his feet on the floor above his head, I heard a loud king smoosh sound come from his ass. He sorta snickered a little himself, but nobody said anything about it and quickly changed to a different pose. At first, I tried to convince myself he just beefed by accident, but I knew it didn't sound like escaping air. It was a king smoosh. I was fascinated enough to keep trying the same thing until one day the same thing happened to me. With practice you can control it more, and if you are thin enough you can actually create such a vacuum that you can naturally gape open, like you see people do in pornos, but without any penetration. Most dudes' dick pics aren't that sexy. The dick pic is usually very lazy. It's a picture of your genitals. If you're into women, think about what a random, no context photo of a vagina would do for you. Not much. Being sexy is about context. It's about teasing or telling a story. Usually that story is meant to be I'm aroused thinking about you. So use some staging strategy. Oftentimes suggesting your dick is hard without fully showing it is more sexy. Show some more context that is flattering to you. Abs, forearms, legs, etc. Add some expression. If you're not staging an erotic photo of yourself, you're not doing it right and the receiver will be unimpressed. Also, don't send people sexual photos without their prior consent. I feel like this goes without saying, but we know people do this anyway. I'm super surprised no one said, always, and I mean always, try and make her come. Every single time, without fail, even with your wife, if you are married. No, it isn't going to be easy every time. Sometimes it isn't possible at all. With some women it is a very mental thing, but giving it a good try. And again try every time. First, it is the right thing to do. Don't be a selfish. Second, she will appreciate it and will reciprocate enthusiastically. Third, she will get more adventurous. And last, she will spread the news leading to more sexual encounters. Engage in physical activity at least once a day. It can be anything from hitting the gym to a 50-mile training ride. The time spent with your thoughts for long periods of time, plus those sweet endorphins released post-exercise help keep the big sad at bay. Plus nobody made friends by doing nothing. Late to the party, so this will be lost, but maybe I'll save someone. If you go commando all the time, you're bound to end up with a wet spot at some point for failing to adequately drain your lizard. Get your hand wet at the sink, and then fling water droplets at your crotch to disguise the piss spot. Everyone will just think you had a problem with the faucet, and not guess you sorta pissed yourself. Shaving your face in the shower. I haven't bought a can of shaving cream in 30 years. When I get into the shower I wash my face first. Then I wash everything else. The last thing I do is wash my hair. By that time my whiskers have softened. I put shampoo in my hair and lather it, and with my eyes closed I use shampoo lather to lube my face and shave away. It isn't difficult. I'm right-handed, so I shave with that hand and use my left to feel when I've gotten all the spots. It takes about 2 minutes tops. I can't remember the last time I cut myself. The idea of going through the effort to shave in front of mirror and worry about shaving cream seems ridiculous to me. I learned to shave without a mirror when I was on a camping trip in college, and when I got back home I started doing it while showering. I never went back. I'm honestly surprised everyone doesn't do it that way.